Have you met a girl? Have you met a dish? Meet Joe Gazero. Have you tried the fish? Arr!
That's the seagulls and all that. I need.
Yeah. No, that one's going in.
All right, well, guys, the fish sandwich that I had, I've actually had two from one place, so we got a two for right now.
You ate 2 in a row?
Yeah.
You told me you tried 2 fish sandwiches this week from the same place.
Yep.
And I took that to mean it was some kind of
Nope.
either or 2 separate sandwiches. And you're telling me now that you had 2 of the exact same sandwich.
No. Why don't you listen?
All right. That's a fair criticism.
Listen a little
All
more.
right. Okay.
Guys.
I have 2 ears and only 1 mouth.
Okay.
Is what you're trying to say.
Why don't you close 2 of them and close all of them?
Just close.
Just go in the other room.
Go take a poop.
You're fine. Guys, I went to White Castle this week.
Oh,
You guys
Jesus
ever,
Christ.
You guys ever been there?
I've been to White
Yes.
Castle, yeah.
Right. White Castle offers 2 fish sandwiches, the fish slider and the surf and turf. They also offer fish nibblers, which are like some sort of a nugget through shit or whatever.
I've had the clam strips. Or, yeah, whatever they do. And yeah.
They don't call them nibblers, do they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they're like little fish pellets or whatever.
I did not try them. I was like, I'm already getting 2 fish sandwiches. And
I feel like White Castle tries
You
to
got a lot of
market.
nibblers this week, too.
I feel like White Castle tries to market so many of their food items and menu items as like, how will the person put this in their mouth? Like, will it be a little bite that they dip in something, or will it be a small sandwich that they consume in 2 bites?
Well, let me tell you, the fish slider. This is what the White Castle website has to say. All hands on deck for this lightly breaded, sailor-approved Alaskan pollock served with a slice of cheese between 2 fluffy buns.
I was hoping they would say Alaskan.
Yeah, and your hopes were fulfilled. You got it.
You got 340 calories for $1.59 right there. The pros that I had, this was actually the reverse of the complaint that I had for Arby's. The fish was the size of the bun. I'm glad that White Castle uses a square fish. And that's terrific that you can fit the fish into the size of the bun. There's no hanging off of anything. It's great. Cons. Everything else. You have to add your own sauce, which is terrible. It's so easy to overcook fish. And the White Castle kitchen may not be up to the task of keeping this from drying out. I said it was like eating a piece of cardboard that smelled like mild fish. I would have rather been throwing up in my mouth and eating that. You should eat it if you live under a bridge and you found it washed up on the river. At least it would be moist then. Goddamn, this piece of fish was dry as fuck. I gave it 2 out of 10 fishing poles. But
That sounds generous.
It's still got 2.
Yeah, that sounds generous. I thought you'd go 0 or 1.
Where can we go from here?
I like that. I like that the
That's
size of the
square.
I like that the size of the sandwich fits the size of the bun. But there's a secondary item that I ordered.
See what I'm saying? I said, what did I say when we started this? It's the delivery, right? Is it a dippable or is it something I can fit in my mouth?
Nope.
It worked on Joe.
I think it's going to be the same type of thing.
Let's see what happened. The second item that I ordered was the surf and turf. Apparently, this is a secret item, the surf and turf. Not listed on their website, but it was listed at my local White Castle, so I ordered it.
What is your local White Castle for the Columbus listeners?
Yeah, where do we go from here?
We don't need to know all that.
Yeah, I do.
This was 2 beef sliders, cheese, and a fish slider, chalking in at 570 calories for $2.99.
That's cheap food.
It's like 300 calories a bite.
That's a lot of calories though, for the price.
So the pros.
Let the listeners remember that calories are a unit of energy, okay? So
you gotta
eat these calories and you will have fuel for your day.
It's a weird thing, too, to imagine if you were a homeless person or an Ethiopian, you would be really concerned with calories per dollar. And then once you get to a certain standard of living, it becomes the opposite, where if you could come up with a sandwich that satisfied you and that tasted the way that pick your favorite sandwich or whatever dinner, if you could come up with that at 50 calories and it still satiated you in the same way, you could charge $100.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll say the pros on this surf and turf
Hit us.
were that the meat was made from the finest White Castle cattle and kept the fish moist. Did not suffer from the same dryness issue as the fish slider by itself. And if it did, the beef flavor covered it up. The texture of the fish was a welcome addition to cramming 2 sliders in my f***ing mouth.
Did you eat these back to back, Joe?
I did.
Flavor covered it up.
I'm getting there. I'll say the cons. The cons are also that the sauces that they have to offer are not included onto the sandwiches, and this goes for the fish sandwich too.
I hate applying my own condiments.
Yeah.
You have to dip your own fucking sauce. The sauces are still awful. They're not good.
Pick what's best and put it on the sandwich.
Yeah.
I pay for.
Yeah, don't make me act like a prisoner.
Dipping is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And I gave this one 6 out of 10 fishing poles.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What was your Arby's rating?
Well, let me finish reading the
That's
rating.
on the surf and turf, right?
This is the surf and turf.
So this is 2 different sandwiches.
This is 2 different sandwiches.
Okay.
2 different sandwiches. I said 6 out of 10 fishing poles. Maybe cheating, as it was not total beef, but here you go. Both would pair well with a nice Moscato, but as I was at White Castle, I paired it with onion chips. If you're looking to impress a date who is already pretty drunk, the surf and turf is the way to be a smooth operator and not break the bank.
Okay. Did you have a female?
No.
Companion?
Okay.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
just to check back, what was your Arby's?
2 sentences.
Your Arby's fish.
The Arby's was a 5.
A 5. Okay.
I think the
So
surf and
Arby's-
turf was a little bit better.
Okay.
than White
So
Castle.
the White Castle beats the Arby's so far.
So far, yeah.
Okay.
Don't reach for that just quite yet.
Oh.
But their fishing pole, it was the original sandwich called?
This is just a fish
The
slider.
Fish
I think.
slider.
The fish
yeah.
slider
Fish
is like
slider.
a 2 out of 10. That's garbage.
That was not
right?
good. Yeah.
It's
Not
not
good.
as good
It was
as
not
going
good.
to Arby's.
Not good.
Okay.
Did you put tartar sauce all over it? Because that helps things as far as fish offerings go.
I tried, but even the tartar sauce felt like just adding more throw up to my mouth. The one that they gave me.
Talk to me about real quick.
So
when you ate these White Castle offerings, the surf and turf and the fish sandwich, what was like? Were you sad? Were you happy? Were you alone in the dark?
I think he was amused.
I was
He
excited.
knew
I
this
was
was going to happen.
He probably seemed excited.
I was excited to review a new fish
You
sandwich.
probably
Yeah.
tasted them in a way that you wouldn't otherwise. Like you knew you were going to be reviewing these
Right,
sandwiches.
right.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, I got with the guy at White Castle. I got with him, and by got with him, I meant
Mr. White
You had
Castle.
sex with him?
no. I mean, he was like handing me my bag of food, and I was like, He said, "Do you need any condiments for this?" And I was like, "Do you have any fish condiments?" And he's like, "No, but we have tartar sauce and cocktail sauce."
That's fish,
fish
condiments.
condiments.
And I was like,
idiot.
"Oh yeah, okay, give me those." And so I did, and I don't know. Alec was very busy that night, so
Well, fire his
Hang
ass.
on. So this guy told you asked for fish condiments. He said no, but we have tartar and cocktail.
right.
You're telling me that this Wunderkind is working at a White Castle?
Yeah.
All right.
Look, when I went there, we were 4 cars deep. It was very hectic.
Busy.
So
busy
you,
night.
you were drunk that night, right?
I was
You
not,
had to have
I
been
was-
intoxicated when you tasted
So you
these
didn't
sandwiches.
get into character really to review a White Castle sandwich.
I wish that I was drunk that night. Probably the fish sandwich would have been
Better.
Better
It would
review.
have been like a 4 out of 10 had you ate it drunk like you were supposed to.
Well, like I said, if I lived under a bridge and I was homeless, then yes, the White Castle slider would be great. But the surf and turf,
You enjoyed sober.
I did enjoy sober because it came with 2 White Castle sliders, which I always enjoy sober.
Yeah, but these are separate sandwiches, right?
These are 2 different sandwiches. So
So you eat them and you take a bite of one and then a bite of the other? Like, how does that work?
no, I finished the one and I was disgusted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I eat 2
I
out
mean,
of 2 out of 10. That's
Like
terrible.
surf and turf, I would think would be on one bun.
Yeah, that's
Am I
one
misunderstanding?
bun. No, it's 2 sandwiches. Surf and turf is
Yeah,
one,
it's
and
all
the fish
together.
slider is the
The
other.
fish slider is in there with it.
But
Yeah.
you're touching on something that I think speaks to the heart of the issue, which is the surf and turf was only good because, in your own words, the beef flavor overpowered the fish sandwich part of the sandwich.
It's true. It's true.
So in a segment that is about reviewing fish sandwiches, I think it would be unfair to take away anything from this discussion other than disgusting.
It's
Yeah.
fair. It's fair. It's fair. If
Stay-
you go to White Castle,
Stay away from White Castle.
if you go to White
want
Castle
fish.
and you order only a fish slider,
You're going to be
you're
disappointed.
going to be
Yeah.
very sad. But if you do order the surf and turf,
If it's got beef in it,
you'll be fine.
it may
Okay.
help.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say I'm a little bit disappointed in you for not going to White Castle drunk, because that's the proper way to
Yeah.
review one of their sandwiches.